What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Fleetwood Trades Crypto. Today I've got an extremely important live right now, going live, because the charts are making moves that you don't see every day. They're hitting areas of support, areas of bouncing, and I think we're getting ready to see a massive move to the upside on many different alts and Bitcoin. So I'm going to go through a handful of different charts and take a look at a couple of things that are, I think, just going to be massive winners in this next leg up. There's going to be a handful of just really good tokens to get, really good altcoins and Bitcoin together. So first and foremost, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin. I am currently in a Bitcoin long. I entered this long this morning, and I hope you can see very quickly why. The 4-hour chart has been pushing a falling channel, and this morning we hit the bottom bounds and we got a wick back up, and now price should be at least retesting the upper bounds, but I believe at this point it's going to break out. I believe at this point there's going to be a breakout of this falling channel, and we're going to have a very strong July and August, potentially even into September. We're going to have a strong period that's going to match and then outperform the weak period that we've had, this whole long consolidation area, this whole area here from May until now. This consolidation area is going to get it's going to get wiped out, and we're going to go far above. With that being said, AVAX is another token that I really like right now. On the weekly, I want to zoom this out and go from weekly to 4-hour. So on the weekly chart, you see we're caught support here on the only kind of area of consolidation. We had a small consolidation here back in November of last year. I had this nice run up, this 5 weeks of up run, then a consolidation period, and then the next leg up. Here we've been coming down, and we hit that area of consolidation, and we're starting to push off of it. We're hitting this as a support. This previous consolidation is now a support level, and if you want to come all the way back, you can kind of see it having been resistance, flip to support, and now we're at support again. AVAX is a token I like a lot, and I think getting in it now under $25. I know there was a hack. There was something that went on with an exchange, a Turkish exchange. They dropped millions of dollars of AVAX and Bitcoin. There was a large an exchange hack. It wasn't a hack of AVAX, but it was just an exchange hack that caused some problems. So this price down here under 25 will not last long. I don't think it'll last under $25. Solana is another big one, and Solana on a broader scale on the weekly time frame looks like it's making a big ass cup and handle. Like, this looks like just a big ass cup. We've just finished off the handle, and I think this could be a huge gainer. And Solana's already been a top performer in this first half of this market. I mean, you can see all the way back here on the daily chart from September 23 at 18 bucks up to 200. So you know it's already made more than a 10x. But can it do it again? I don't know if it'll do another 10. I don't think it'll do another 10, but from here, I don't see why I can't get to $300 or $400. And again, right on this level of support, where you see that there was a previous area here, previous high, there was a resistance, and now it's a support. It's been a support 1, 2, 3 times. Now we touched it down here for the 4th time. I think we lift off. And again, coming all the way down to the 4-hour time, coming down to the 4-hour time frame. Again, you just see touch and go, back and forth in this channel. Now we didn't hit the bottom of the channel because we hit support before we hit the bottom of the channel, and we're already starting to react off of it. There's been a lot of reactions just from this morning, just from the 4 to 8 a.m. window, this time frame from 4 to 8 a.m. Almost everything dropped, almost everything bounced, and I think we're in a very strong position to go long on many alts. Again, even Litecoin, I don't know if it does the same type of moves. I don't know. I mean, you might be able to get a falling channel here, but Litecoin, I've been following a bigger, and I don't really typically trade Litecoin, so I only follow it in very large macro moves. But it's been making this support line here, steadily higher lows on support and a relatively equal high. So we kind of have a rising ascending triangle kind of forming, or an extending wedge. So I think from here, it might dip down another dollar or two. It may, but it also could just very quickly flip back up and at least touch 110, 1 to 15. And then if it breaks out, then you're looking, getting back up to 170 to maybe $200 from 69. If you were to buy now, you can wait a little bit. You might be able to get in at 66, 65. Definitely a potential there. But the way the markets are moving, the way that there's this, looks like just a push coming in, like we hit a key level. And again, even Bitcoin is kind of looking like a big cup and handle, but the handle isn't really there. It's more like a cup with a ladle, like just a side here. It hasn't really dipped much. It's just been kind of sideways. Been definitely in the consolidation period. Again, Bitcoin here, I'm going to draw this out, has been just in the complete consolidation range. And now it looks like the smaller 4-hour window has tapped its bottom and should at least rise up to the top. But I think that we get a push up from here. I don't think we have to touch this bottom again. Honestly, wait a minute. It'd be more realistic to have the bottom be here where we have a support, support, support. This kind of fake break through, and then it went back up to the top. So we could be closer to the bottom of this range than I thought. But still, I think the 4-hour range, I think the 4-hour channel gets its way through and breaks up above this, breaks above 64K, and then pushes back up to the top of the overall consolidation period around 72K. I believe that we get back to 72K at least, and then we'll test from there. We'll see where we go from there. I don't want to make these broad assumptions, these broad analysis, and say, oh yeah, we're going to go way past all-time high. Let's get here first. Let's get to the top of this. Let's get to the top of this channel, this consolidation window. It's obvious it's a consolidation window here. I mean, it's been consolidating since what, March? Yeah, since March. So let's get back to the top. We'll get back to 72K, 72.5. Let's see if we can get through there with strength. You gotta have strength to get through that. So again, I like AVAX, I like Sol, even XRP. Even XRP is looking, and I don't typically work too much in XRP. I've been waiting for that big kind of that long-term breakout to see, because I do think we're going to get that 7-year breakout. I think it's going to happen. I just don't know when. But it's been putting in a bottom here, right around 42 cents, between 42 and 46. Been kind of a range window. I think on the weekly, it's like a weekly, yeah. So these two candles here made pretty much like a bullish order block. So every time price got into this order block range, it just spiked up off of it pretty hard. So we're coming into it again on the weekly, and then we're pushing up off of it. The weekly has already turned green. So could this test the downward trend at 57 cents and then see if we can break through it? Absolutely. Between 54, 55, if it hits here over the next couple weeks. But the big thing is going to be this double top area here. These relatively equal highs around 56, 57. Clear that, and then there's no real resistance until you get to 74, 75. You got these relatively equal highs here, where, I mean, obviously these two wicked way above, but for the weekly, the high close got matched with essentially this high and this high on the close of this week on July 10th, the week of the summary judgment. So you've got these highs, these relatively equal highs, and you got these relatively equal highs. So these are going to be areas of resistance. So if we get the push up, like I think we're going to get this week, I think crypto has a large push up this week. We get that, we test this downward trend line. We test a downward trend line, we test this double, or these relatively equal highs. These relatively equal highs get broken out of, Then we test these relatively equal highs. I mean, that's just you. Price goes to liquidity. Price goes to money. Where is money sitting? Well, money sitting here at these highs. Money sitting here at these highs. And you test it or you break it. There's going to be selling pressure here. There's going to be people with shorts in here, shorting at 57 cents. You clear those shorts. You push up high enough to then, and this is what happens. This is when you get those massive snowballing effect price moves. So there's shorts here, but the buying pressure takes over and pushes price up high enough to where the shorts have to liquidate their positions, or they have to stop loss and close out. They have to cover. So what are covers on shorts? They're buy. So then up here, you get this second round of buying where price spikes up because there's buying pressure plus short liquidations and short covers that get pushed up. And now we get into this range, 62 to 66 range. And then if buying pressure can push up again, it's got to do the same thing at 74. Will it do it? I don't know. Will it test it? I think that this is an area to test that I think will happen before the end of the summer. I think this happens within the end of the next 2 weeks, and this will get tested before the end of the summer. But that's what I'm looking at here. Bitcoin, AVAX, Sol, Litecoin, XRP. And these are for my trading positions for the funded accounts. And I'm currently in XRP and Bitcoin. Up a little bit on Bitcoin. I got in this morning around 61.4, I believe was my entry. I'm a little bit down on XRP. My entry was at 48.1, and I bought at the end of last week at 49, so I was a little early on that one. But I did switch to a swing account, so I did talk about that before, wanting to do that because just the trading spreads here, it was just too wide on the spreads, and the fees to get day trading and get small windows of trading opportunities. So again, here Bitcoin, where's my stop loss? My stop loss is at this swing low here previously, where if we break this low, we're likely to test this one, and my long position is invalidated. So that's an area for me to say this is invalid if. And then for the XRP position, come on. The XRP position, I almost wicked out today. I almost lost it. But again, it was this swing low here prior at 45.7. And if that were to get invalidated, we're coming down, we're testing 44 and potentially lower. Potentially all the way down to 30 or 40 cents again. But it held support. We're pushing back up towards getting back into the green. So with that being said, guys, that's the plan. That's where I'm thinking. I think there's going to be a lot of green coming up shortly. I think we're going to see a full reversal of the markets coming very shortly. And I think these are going to be some of the heaviest hitters here. These are all relatively high cap tokens: XRP, Litecoin, Sol, or AVAX, and then obviously Bitcoin. But these are all relatively high cap tokens that are considered blue chippers, I guess. And I think they're going to make a run. So anyway, I hope you got something from this. If you liked it, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. It is all extremely helpful. As always, until next time, peace.